Samuel Daisy Olotu, a perfect gentleman, symbol of integrity, serial entrepreneur, audacious and visionary project management expert, experienced travels and tour services management strategist, teamwork advocate, and industry captain, is the founder, group managing director, and chief executive officer of Dees Holdings, owners of Dees Travels and Tours Investment Limited, an integrated Apex Travels and Tour Solutions provider in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2025.
My name is Dees Olotu, the Group Managing Director of Dees Holdings. Dees Holdings is actually the owners of Dees Travels and Tours Investments Limited, Dees Hotel, Apartment and Suites, Dees Motors, and Anchor Faith Oil and Gas. When you are in a trade for over 3 decades, you know what that means. That means something is actually propelling you. Something is actually tying you down to that business, which must be, you must have interest in that business. For me, who started from the scratch and to the glory of God, we are one of the leading travel agencies today. I forgot to mention, I am a member of Board of Trustee of the National Association of Nigerian Travel Agency, and of course a fellow in the Institute of Travel Practitioners. Okay, and I'm the national president of SCAL. It's called the Tourism Association around the globe. So I'm the national president, and of course, in the industry, whatever you are doing, and you want to succeed, you have to give it time. You have to be patient. You have to put in your all. And I can bet you, putting in your all, devoting your time, you would actually succeed. We started Dees Travels and Tours after working with some companies here in Nigeria. After my training in Switzerland, we came back and we started Dees Travels in year 2000. And for you to start a company, for you to start to climb a ladder, you definitely must start from the floor, the ground, the first step. So we took the first step in year 2000, start climbing the ladder. Today, by the grace of God, we are among the leading travel agencies in Nigeria. We are not yet there. We're still working. Our aim, in our vision and mission, our aim is to be the leading travel agency in Nigeria. Okay, in travel and tourism, not only in travels, travel and tourism. Therefore, having one hotel is not yet Uhuru. We are not yet there. We are still moving, we're still planning, and God will take us there. Our services, is not limited to selling of flight tickets, making reservations and selling tickets to customers. And of course, before a customer can travel, you must have visa. So we have, a tour department here that takes care of, procuring visas for, procuring and renewing visas for our clients. Most of our corporates, some of them, they do not even have the time to go to the embassy. We'll get the appointment done and we'll ensure they get, we fix their visas. And of course, educational tours, packages. We are a partner to a university in America. They do, all their PhD students that want to come to Africa, they come to Nigeria as point one. So we are the one that takes care of all, their needs. Pick them up at the airport, take them to Abuja, take them to, most of the interesting places they want to visit in Nigeria, quietly. And we take them back to, Lagos, where they go back to, America. So, in one of our MOUs, we were made to understand that we are not to make noise about this, but we have been doing it quietly over the years, and God has been on our side. we have been doing it well. Our mission, like I said, is to be #1 travel agency in Nigeria. Okay? Whilst we also explore the best alternative, airlines to customers to ensure that, they get a pocket-friendly tickets, and of course, booking of the hotels, get a very good hotels, hotel for customers, and ensuring that, they have a hitch-free, journey. So that, with our commitment to all this, that would actually propel us to be #1, the most preferred, travel and tourism outfit in Nigeria. COVID actually took us back. If you understand what I mean, COVID took us back. The aviation sector in Nigeria has been moving gradually, but COVID took us back. But right now, as we are, in spite of all the challenges, I think we are, the sector is actually moving forward. But government has a lot of role to play, because having an airline is not a joke. It's not for small fries. It's not for, it's for the big boys. Look at, around the globe, look at those people that owns airlines. Okay, look at, during COVID period, the way government out there supported all airlines owners, and look at the support Nigerian airline owners, got from Nigerian government. It's nowhere to be found. The money they got divided by whatever rate of exchange that, you see that it doesn't buy an engine of an aircraft. So you see, government, we still need to let government know that they still have a lot to do, okay, concerning aviation, because of our population. And we have a lot of tourist sites in Nigeria that we could build an airport and make more money and let foreigners come and see what we actually have in Nigeria. Okay, we need to open up all these tour sites, ensure that somebody can get to a tour. Like if you want to go to Obudu now, it's actually very difficult, because you have to travel to a point, and you travel by road, and you spend hours from that point to get to Obudu Katu Ranch. The hours you did not even spend getting to that point, you will spend that hours within the same state to get to this. So all these things will not actually make tourism to thrive in Nigeria. So those are things government must actually address to make tourism thrive. Like I said earlier, a client came in from Ibadan to our hotel. The following morning, we take the client to the airport. The client arrived, we took the client from the airport to our hotel, and then the client connects to Ibadan. If you want to go by rail, now rail is available, it's safe. Okay? You want to go by car, we have the car to take you to Ibadan if you want to. And if you have somebody to pick you up from our hotel, somebody comes to pick you up. So your journey starts and ends with us in our facility. So any travel agency if you can identify 1 or 2 travel agencies that can boast of that kind of service, then I will now tell you, okay, well, so if you cannot, then that means we are doing something different from others. Like I said, all these things depends on the government. Sometimes one particular airline wants to come to Nigeria and make Nigeria the hub. Up and down, the airline decided to relocate to a smaller neighboring country. That means, citing the business in Nigeria, it says they are not actually encouraging foreigners or encouraging, foreign airlines to actually make Nigeria a base. And if we look at it critically, a Nigerian airlines that actually that has been operating, they've been complaining of multiple taxes, a lot of, government bureaucracy that is actually, handling their operations. So if you look at it critically, you will see that it's actually the issue is with the government. So government need to address some of these things to ensure that we have more airlines coming into Nigeria, because we have the population, like I said earlier. The population advantage is what we have. Okay, so what that's what we actually attract the foreign airlines to come to Nigeria, and then to encourage them, most of these taxes should be looked into. Reducing some of the taxes, at the airport, all manner of taxes. Okay, I'm not an airline person, as in I'm a travel agent. Now, being a travel agent, most of these complaints comes from the airlines to us. We see, we hear, but of course, there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, even the local government official will come down and say, how many television do you have in your office? Radio, they want to collect taxes for all these, all these television, radio, and all that. There are a lot of, taxes that, government will always come around, both the local government, the state government, and the federal government. I mean, all these things should be, with the new tax law, I think it's going to address most of these things, and of course, we'll get there by the grace of God. Naturally, some people are just angry to see you as a business owner. Okay? So for them to patronize, they are forced to patronize you, and they don't like it. So they will definitely be angry most of the time. But, I mean, those are very few. Those are very, very few. And once you know how to manage, customers like that, then you don't have a problem. You must learn how to manage. Since you know how to manage happy customers, you must learn how to manage the unhappy ones, so that, one customer will not be like, a spanner that would actually knock your engine. So you need to be very careful. Okay? I told you earlier, and I said, you must have passion for whatever you are doing. You see, if you have passion for what you are doing, when you wake up, you are dreaming of your passion. Okay, when you are sleeping rather, and when you wake up, you make the dream come to reality. So it's just a passion. It's just a passion that I have for this business, travel and tours. It's the passion that I have for it that has been driving, whatever you are saying today. It has to do with, we have to strengthen the Naira. We have to stop some of the things we import. Like I said to somebody, I said, there's no magic now. Stop importing fuel today. We would have excess dollar, in Nigeria. Okay? Not only petrol, not only diesel, not only oil products, a lot of things that we import. Sometimes somebody said we were importing toothpicks. It's real. It's real. Nigerians got to the point that we're importing toothpicks, everything. So all these things must stop. We must look at a population of over 200 million people. We should look at what, we should be able to address some of these things. Stop importation of some of these products. I'm not saying stop importation totally. Okay, because there are some things we cannot do, okay, that we still need to import. But basically, some things that we can do, we should stop importing them, to show up the value of the Naira and ensure that if Naira today is about 1,000, I think the complaints will be minimal. Like from 1,005 above is actually Naira is actually undervalued. Okay. So the government should be intentional, increase our foreign reserve, okay, and ensure that they increase our exports and reduce our imports, and of course, Naira would definitely appreciate. I want to see this travel at the top. I want to see this travel as number one travel travel and tourism company in Nigeria. That's what I want. That's exactly that's our goal. My country, Nigerians youth, I know that you are not lazy. Like one government official said, Nigerian youth are lazy. I am very sure they are not lazy, because if you see Nigerian youth out there, you will know that they are not lazy. Therefore, the only advice I have for Nigerian youth is, they need to have passion for whatever they are doing. They need to have passion for whatever they are doing. They need to give it all. Because, you see, an average youth today wants to start a business and be at the top within the space of 12-24 months, which is not realistic. Before you get into that business, some people have been there. Okay? So you should go and look at what those guys have been doing. There's nothing that will take you to the top within the first 12 or 24 months. Okay? So start from the basement, have passion for what you love, and of course, sky will be the beginning. So that's my advice to Nigerian youth. All you need to do when you start a business, and you have a plan, and the plan is, you are not just having a plan of your own. You have this plan, you put it forward to God, that this is what you want to do, and you are praying about it. It's only God. God will continue to bless the work of your hand. And once God is blessing the work of your hand, so you need to be straightforward in everything you are doing. So once you're straightforward, it is God that blesses now. People work, okay? Because if you should talk about the richest people today, you go to the people that are actually breaking rock, using hammer, breaking rock, but they are not the richest, people that you find. You find people sitting down somewhere comfortably, and they're making cool dollars, naira, pound sterling. God is actually blessing them. But when God is blessing you, if you are really, really on the path of God, you see that blessing will continue, and longevity will be your portion, even in the business line, even in your own lifestyle and everything. But for people who are not sincere with their dealings, and their ways are not straight, of course, what will end such a business. You see some businesses, after 2-3 years, they go bankrupt or they close their shops. I just told you Dees Travel is 24 years. By August this year will be 25. So we've been able to successfully cross 2 decades, and we are rising. Okay, if you look at the graph, you see that we're rising, and we're rising organically. We're rising, according to our strength. So we are not a company that starts in 48 hours, months, and wants to be the #1 travel agency, in Nigeria. So it doesn't work that way. So you need to be straightforward. You need to, in all your dealings, and of course, and I say it again, that God, that blesses, would actually bless you and bless your business.